also known as the Obsessive Compulsive Gaming, the O.C.G, and I'm here restarting Salt and Sacrifice. Even though I played some last night because I made a mistake in my build. I'm just gonna skip through the introduction. Oh, okay. Well, I love you, Echo. Same time next week? Sorry, hold on one second. I'll be right back, sorry. Alright, sorry about that. My cat accidentally spilled her water. I got her some more. Yeah, I have to go down here later. I have to remember that. Oh, hey, man. It's going. I didn't get too much sleep last night, sadly. I got some, but not as much as I would have liked. I'm kind of running on empty. No, I did not. I got pretty far. I completed the South Pacific islands, and then I'm on London, so I only have to finish London, and then I do Antarctica, and then that's the end of the base game. But then there's the DLC, the last artifact, the Lost Artifact. So I've got about 3 more regions to go, all in all. And then after that, I have to decide if I want to do the rest of the Tomb Raider games or not. Fuck. Yep. Oh, motherfucker. Oh well, not a big deal. I'm right there. I had virtually no supplies when that happened. So it's amazing I got as far as I did. Like I had, yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, I have the rest of the Tomb Raider games. It's just if I did the rest of them, some of them I would have to capture directly off my screen, and then others I would have to do on Twitch. Because there's no modern way, for the most part, to play Tomb Raider Legend, Tomb Raider Anniversary, Tomb Raider Underworld, except Xbox made them backwards compatible. So on Series X you can play the Legend trilogy. It's great, except fucking Xbox doesn't have Twitch streaming or YouTube streaming. I'm sorry, so I have to do Twitch. Ah, fuck. Well, at least it didn't kill me. It sucks how many games, like... it's kind of weird. I was just thinking about this actually, how like some games get re-released so many fucking times. You know, like people have joked how like Skyrim has been on every system known to mankind. Which it's funny. But then other games that are super fucking popular have never been re-released, ever. Like so many games like you'd think would be an easy win. Like the Tomb Raider Legend Trilogy. I mean, yeah, that's cool, they're backwards compatible, but you're still basically playing the version of fucking Tomb Raider Legends from 2006. That's crazy. Yeah, exactly. Because even on PC, even if you can technically play it on PC, if it's not compatible with the new build of Windows or your new rig, well, fuck you. So even PC is not immune from those problems. That's why GOG has become so popular, because it allows them to get these old games up and running smoothly that otherwise wouldn't. But unfortunately, GOG can only do so much, and they can only do what the publishers let them. Like, for instance, a really cool game, definitely on my list of games to play, but a really cool game is No One Lives Forever. It's like a James Bond, kind of thing. You know, it's made by Monolith, people who did, Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor, one of their early games, and it's fucking awesome. People love it. And GOG and Night Dive both tried to make a modern version of it, but nobody can find out who owns the rights, because they were such a tangled mess of fucking rights. So even though the companies were willing, there was like so much legal red tape, they couldn't officially fucking remaster it. Which is kind of crazy. That even when the people are willing and able, that there's shit that prevents them. Yeah. And they don't even know who to go to. They don't even know who to go to for it. Because they don't know who owns the rights. So it's like they literally don't know. And it's like, it was a super profitable series. How do you fucking lose that? So, and honestly, that's another reason why, the fucking backwards compatibility for Xbox has been so great. Because, there's so many games that there would be no modern way to play them without Xbox backwards compatibility. There wouldn't. I mean, obviously, it'd be better if they got their own native version, but still. Like, the Tomb Raider games. There would be no way to play the Tomb Raider Legend Trilogy on modern systems without Series X. 90% of the fucking Lego games would not be backwards compatible without the Xbox. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, Lego Harry Potter, Lego Batman 1, 2, and 3, Lego Indiana Jones 1 and 2, Lego Lord of the Rings. Like, virtually all of those games are backwards compatible for Xbox One and the Xbox Series X, and those are the only modern ways to play them. So, like, if you only have a Sony system, well, you're not going to be able to play half the fucking Lego games. The Far Cry games, backwards compatibility is one of the major ways to play them. One of the only major ways to play most of the original Far Cry games. Yeah, that is true. Exactly. But playing it on Xbox One or Xbox Series X fixes that. Pretty much 100%. And then they added FPS boost to the 360 version. So if you play the 360 version now, you can play it at 60 FPS. Yeah, it is, exactly. But see, for years, they didn't even have the Crysis remaster. The only way to play the Crysis games on a modern system was to play the 360 version on Xbox One, once again. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna beat this fucker. This time, anyway. Yeah, I give it a good college try. Okay, it's not a big deal. But yeah, so you know, like, so many games are only playable on Xbox, like Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. Yeah, you can play that on Sony, but if you prefer the original versions, fuck you, unless you have Xbox Series X, and then you can play the original version of Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. At or near 4K. Final Fantasy 13 trilogy. Some people hate it. I love 13. You can only play that on fucking Xbox backwards compatibility. There would be no modern way to play that. So close. This boss is really hard. But I'm trying to kill him, even though I'm a little bit underleveled because he's blocking the path to get to the weapon I really want. You know, hold on. Fuck it, I'm just gonna start over and do the build I normally do. Fuck it. Fuck it. But yeah, you know. And you know, like Jim Ryan, I fucking hate Jim Ryan. Literally said, "Who likes old games?" Well, just to show how big of a deal old games are, you literally. Oh man, that's one of the main reasons people buy a Series X, for the backwards compatibility. Like, it's not even a joke. That was the reason why I bought a Series X. Was for the backwards compatibility. And... oh god, that fucking guy. God, he is the fucking worst. He's basically the guy that fucked Xbox One in the ass. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Don Matrick is the one who said, you know, if you want to play games offline, we have a system for that. It's called the 360. If that's who I'm thinking of. I could be wrong. He's the main reason. He's the main reason. Oh, God. Yeah. Okay, and I want you to understand something, okay? Before he got handed the keys to the kingdom for Xbox, for Xbox One, all he had done was the Zune. All he had done was the Zune. So first of all, he had no game experience. So why would you give the launch of your game system to somebody with no game dev experience? And number two, the Zune was a colossal fucking failure. And, okay, by the way, I actually fucked around with the Zune, and I actually thought the Zune was really cool. When I'm saying it's a failure, I'm not saying it was a bad thing. I'm saying it was the marketing and how it was handled that killed it. So, like, primarily his shit. So it's like, hey, you know. And, like, you could honestly say that Don Matrick fucking set back Xbox an entire generation. You know, because Xbox, the original Xbox, it only sold like 18 million consoles. I mean, it still sold really good for a first-time company entering the market against PS2. Okay, but then they rose up 360, like I said, was fucking neck and neck with PS. So that they went from being distant third to being like fucking right there, neck and neck with Sony on the power of the 360, even with the Red Rings of Death. And they had so much momentum, and then Xbox One immediately pissed it all away. And I mean, well, I won't say Xbox One, the marketing, okay? Because to their credit, to Microsoft's credit, all the bullshit that was in that press conference, almost none of that actually turned out to actually happen. By the time the Xbox One actually released, they had already undid all that stuff, so it never happened. But the press of that was enough to sink it. And Xbox One never recovered. They went from being neck and neck, vying for first place, to a distant third. And they are still, to this day, trying to climb out of that hole. Like, he basically fucked Xbox for a decade. And, you know, he is also to blame for a lot of other stupid decisions that Microsoft made. It was under his direction that Microsoft moved away from exclusives. You know, the original Xbox had a ton of exclusives. Xbox 360, ton of exclusives. Whether you like them as much as Sony or not, but still, they had a ton of exclusives on Xbox and Xbox 360. And then under his leadership, Xbox One Microsoft kind of gave up on first-party games. I mean, obviously there were some, but I'm saying if you look at like the first-party exclusives on 360 and then put it against Xbox One, it's like a drop in the fucking pan by comparison. It's sad. Okay? And, you know, Sony has made all kinds of mistakes. Obviously, Sony has made tons of mistakes. But ultimately, Sony gets the most important thing, okay? It does not matter how good your system is if it does not have games. And that is why Sony has succeeded, okay? Because even in their darkest hour, even when the fucking PS3 was super duper struggling, okay? They had great exclusives. Even when the PS3 was doing terribly financially, they were still launching with tons of exclusives. Uncharted, Killzone 2, fucking Infamous. Like, because ultimately, it is the games that are going to sell the system. And Sony has always got that. They've always realized that. Yeah, it was. It was games. Yeah, I agree. They're all good. There's not a bad Infamous game. Infamous 2, Second Son. I mean, they're all great. Even, you know, when PlayStation started, it was exclusives that put PlayStation on the map, okay? I mean, sure, it had some good tech or whatever, it could play CDs, that's awesome, but it was fucking... imagine what would happen to PlayStation if they didn't have Final Fantasy VII, if they didn't have fucking Resident Evil, if they didn't have Metal Gear Solid. It was their exclusives that put Sony on the map. Even PS2. Out of Xbox, PS2 and GameCube. PS2 was the weakest system. Even GameCube had better technology behind it. And yet, PS2 dominated that generation. Probably dominated harder than a console ever fucking has ever. Why? Because it had the fucking exclusives. PS2 had a fucking amazing lineup of games. So even though it was the weakest of all the major systems, it still crushed it because the fucking exclusives. Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, Kingdom Hearts, Shadow of the Colossus, Ico, Silent Hill 2. And I'm counting that because when it launched, it was a PS2 exclusive. Later down the road, they brought it to Xbox, but when it first launched, you could only get it on PS2. Fucking, I mean, I can't even list them all. The Final Fantasy games, 10, 11, 12. PS2 just... So even though It was the weakest system of the generation. It fucking cleaned shop because of the exclusives. Look at Switch. Switch is underpowered as fuck, okay? And yet, Switch still sells like a motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. It's great, you know, and he's a good friend for letting you do that. But you get the point. GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas. Yes, those games later came to Xbox, but they were fucking PS2 exclusives at launch. It fucking, you know, it's the games. I mean, if you want to see, if you want to see exactly what I'm talking about, look no further than the fucking Switch. Switch is underpowered as fuck, and yet it sells like crazy because of the games. They fucking literally they came out of the gate with Switch with a Zelda game, and it was crazy successful because at launch they had a fucking must-play game. Fuck, I mean, yeah, that's true. If the original Xbox didn't have Halo, I don't think it would have been a success. I mean, yeah, PS5 has a better hard drive. Obviously, the SSD in PS5 is better. But from a specs list, the Series X is actually a bit stronger. And yet, it's literally... wow. I mean, ultimately, I don't care. I'm right there, but fuck. Oh, man. But yeah, you get the point that I'm making. It's games. It will always be games that drive system sales. So... you know, that fucker, Don Matrick, he fucked Xbox in the ass out the gate with that terrible E3. E3 2013 fucking unbelievably damaged the Xbox brand. And then he fucked Xbox further by deprioritizing exclusives. Who, Don Matrick? I'm not sure. But, you know, still, like I'm saying, I have no clue. I only know of him so far as how he fucked Xbox. Like, as a person, I'm not really interested enough to follow his career. Because he's a, yeah. And, you know, it's honestly, it's not even just the fact... Zynga, oh god. Great, from one failure to another. But, you know, and I have an especial hatred for this fucker in my heart. And it's not even just his failures. If you've seen him in interviews, just the way that this guy talks bothers me. Like, he literally comes across as super fucking douchey. Like, you know how people talk about shit-eating grin? Like, they say the term shit-eating grin? I swear to God, that is him. That is, like, him. He walks around with a smug fucking look on his face. And honestly, Xbox should be fucking lucky that they have fucking Phil Spencer. Because, Phil Spencer is actually a pretty fucking cool dude. And honestly, he's been the only one who's been really taking the time to unfuck the situation. Phil Spencer is the one who said, okay, we need to start having exclusives again, guys. Phil Spencer is the one who pushed for backwards compatibility and made that happen. Phil Spencer is pretty much the saving grace of fucking Microsoft right now. And, seeing him, he's a genuinely cool guy. He seems like he actually likes games. Yeah, pretty much. Like, he has been the saving grace of Xbox for a while now. And, Xbox is still obviously not out of the hole yet. It's still in distant third place. But every bit of progress they made climbing out of the hole is because of him. And don't get me wrong. I understand that games are a business. Obviously, games have to make money. They're incredibly expensive to make. Okay? But we keep getting people who run game companies that don't even like games. They view games like a fucking... the same way they use stock market. But with Phil Spencer, he actually likes games. He actually plays Xbox games. He gives a shit. So, it's insane to me that in this day and age, it's asking for too much. It's asking for too much to have people making games that like games, or in charge of games. Although that is nowhere near just the fucking game industry. Yeah, that would be great. That would be nowhere, near just the game industry. We have people fucking... Oh, man. We have people making games that don't like games. We have people making fucking properties that don't like the properties. We have people writing comic books that don't like the characters. God, oh, man. I just want to jump off a fucking bridge. Yeah. Because these people, all they care about is money. Disney didn't decide to get Star Wars because Disney liked Star Wars. Disney decided to get Star Wars because Disney knew they could make money off of Star Wars. That's what they do. Yeah, well, it really just depends. It really just depends on what you consider to be a Disney property. Because Disney has their hands on a lot of game subsidiaries, so Disney has technically made good games. It's just by extension of them owning the people making them. Like, if we're going super technical, then their last great game was Jedi Survivor. Because they leased it out, and Jedi Survivor I honestly thought was fucking great. Yeah, I mean, it launched in a bad state, but, you know, just about everything else about Jedi Survivor I fucking loved. I have the Platinum for Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. I will honestly never forget the first time that I played fucking Jedi Survivor. Oh my god. I got Jedi Survivor as an early birthday gift last year. They were, but I got Jedi Survivor as, like, an old birthday gift last year. No, I mean, they wouldn't. Like, people get offended at the tiniest thing. They could not make it in the Xbox 360 lobbies. Although I can just say that mostly secondhand. I stayed away from games like that for the most part. Not really my forte. I'm mainly a single player guy. And even when I did do online multiplayer, I gravitated more towards, like, Halo. But yeah, it was crazy. But, like, I got Jedi Survivor as a bit of an early birthday present last year because it came out at the end of April. My birthday was in May. And I remember the first time I played Jedi Survivor that I was fucking, like, awestruck. And, like, not in a good way. Because... fuck. Oh well, shit happens. The game of Jedi Survivor was so fucking great. I honestly think from, like, a story design standpoint, from a design standpoint, from a gameplay standpoint, that Jedi Survivor was fucking amazing. And but they launched it in, oh my god, it's such a bad fucking state. Like, just unexcusably bad. And ultimately, we know who was calling the fucking shots on that. Because it wasn't fucking Respawn that decided to do that. You gotta get it back on, my legs are hurting. Oh, shit. It wasn't Respawn that decided to do that. It was fucking EA that decided to launch the game before it was ready. And honestly, it still upsets me. Because, like I said, Jedi Survivor was such a great game. Like, you can literally tell. Yeah, they are. Titanfall, yeah. But you can literally tell that Jedi Survivor was a fucking amazing game that they just launched before it was ready. I mean, it's a lot better now. It's actually in a pretty decent state now. But damage was done. And yeah, no, I agree. Titanfall 2's story was fucking amazing. It's up there with the greatest FPS campaigns of all time ever. It's fucking awesome. And that's what I'm saying. Respawn is an awesome team. They just keep getting people making them do fucking games and release them before they're fucking ready. And it's killing them. Like I said, I don't know if you've played Jedi Survivor, but I fucking love Jedi Survivor. I mean, probably without a doubt my favorite Star Wars game ever. And I played pretty much all the major Star Wars games. But it launched in such a fucked up state, you know? So it was like, it's heartbreaking. Like I said, like, Jedi Survivor is so fucking good. The world design, the story, the way it ties into Star Wars lore, the platforming. And I absolutely fucking love how it builds off the foundation of the first game. Because, you know, Fallen Order was a great game, but it was rough around the edges. Because it was made by a company that normally did first-person shooters. So, it was a game studio that went from making first-person shooters to a third-person hack and slash. So, it was a total different, like, it was a reinvention. So, it was good, but it was rough around the edges, because they had no experience making games like that. And also because it had a really, really slow start. Like, most of the people that I've talked to that don't like Fallen Order, they didn't play past the first couple hours. I always tell people who talk about Fallen Order to give it time. It is a slow starting game. When the game starts, you are underpowered as fuck. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's the point. You're supposed to be a lowly Padawan, and the whole point of Jedi Fallen Order is he gets good. But what that means is it's not a game you can just hop into and it's great right away. It takes a couple hours for Fallen Order to get rolling, and I feel like Fallen Order is one of those games that gets exponentially better the further you go into it, and it doesn't achieve true greatness until the last act. Because, you know, for so much of the game you're underpowered. It takes you 2 or 3 hours to get your first force power, then it takes you another 2 or 3 hours to get force grip. You know, the story is picking up steam, but then, like, it all comes together. The last act of Jedi Fallen Order was fucking amazing. They have an entire section. Of Cal going to Ilum to make his lightsaber. That section was beautiful. They just said, we're not going to have any fighting for a while. We're just going to have him exploring the ruins of the Jedi Temple. It was fucking awesome. Then, you know, you gain the ability to double jump. You gain the fucking fast climbing. You start getting the good force powers and start being able to actually kick ass. You learn the truth about Trilla. You have that amazing sequence with Darth Vader. Yeah, the ice level, Ilum. the entire last act of Fallen Order was fucking amazing. And most of the people I've talked to that finished it were like, yeah, it's great. And what was so fantastic about Jedi Survivor is, well, one, they took everything they learned from Fallen Order and they used it to make an infinitely better game because now they had experience making third-person games. But two, you kept pretty much fucking everything from Fallen Order. You know, Fallen Order had you slowly getting the power, slowly getting this, slowly getting that, getting the 2 lightsaber stances. And most games like that would start you over in the sequel. How many times did they take Kratos' power away in the God of War games? But Jedi Survivor, you basically start the game with everything you had from the last game, and you fucking keep it. You know, so right out of the gate, as soon as you start Jedi Survivor, you got the 2 lightsaber stances: grip, pull, double jump, fast climbing. And then they keep adding things to it on top of it. Here's a grappling hook. Here's an air dash. Here's fucking dual wielding, proper dual wielding. Here's a fucking crossguard lightsaber. Here's a lightsaber and a blaster combo. Here's the ability to tame mounts. And so, like, it literally feels like with Jedi Survivor that you're literally picking up where you left off and then building on top of that. And, you know, whereas Fallen Order was really slow to start, man, Jedi Survivor hits the ground fucking running. You immediately start off with this fucking amazing mission on Coruscant. God, I hate those fat fuckers. You know, and they made the platforming way better, the fighting way better, the story is better, even though I really like the story. The fucking settings are better. Jedi Survivor is just everything a proper sequel should be. And I honestly wish that more games would do that and keep what you had from the last game instead of restarting you from square one every game. Like, so, oh man, and see, you know, I'm not gonna spoil it, but because you're on the second planet, that you basically means you've done nothing. Like, the first planet is the introduction to the game, so you're not even anywhere near into it. But you know, the Vader moment was cool, but at a certain point in Survivor, they have one of the greatest fucking sequences in any game I've ever played that puts that Vader moment to fucking shame. I mean, it put my fucking jaw on the floor. It is such a great fucking game. But they fucked it by launching it before it was ready. And of course, it wasn't Respawn's decision, it was fucking EA's. They, it came out, they even tried to tell them it wasn't ready. They begged EA for more time to finish the game. And EA was like, no. Yeah, exactly. But that one to me was especially heartbreaking. Because there was so much fucking potential. It was such a great game in every other way. Like, if they had just delayed the game and put on another layer of polish, it would have been considered an all-time masterpiece. They took what should have been an amazing game and just immediately fucked it. And in all fairness, now they've patched it and it's a much, 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 much better state. I wouldn't say it's an amazing state, but it's in a good state. They're still patching it, so it's not over yet, but it's still a 9-day improvement. They went from utter garbage to good, and they're still improving it. So they have gone a long way towards fixing it, but the damage is done. And I'm saying if they had just fucking waited and not rushed the game out the door, they wouldn't have had to fucking done this. You know, if you're trying to release a game, and yeah, exactly. Although, in all fairness, in Cyberpunk's case, there was actually more of an excuse. Yeah, that it does. Basically, what happened with Cyberpunk is more corporate fuckery. CD Projekt Red is actually a good place to work. They're actually one of the best game companies to work. How they treat their employees. They pay better than anyone else in the country, better than anyone else in Poland. They give you insurance, they give you severance, they give you leave, they give you sick days. They give you big bonuses. So, like The Witcher 3, a ton of the staff on The Witcher 3 got huge bonuses because the game is a successful launch. So when a game does well, the entire team benefits. Fuck. I'm right there. I don't give a shit. So CD Projekt Red is one of the best game studios in the world to work at. And they don't demand crunch. And whenever they do include crunch, it's optional, and they give them overtime. So if you choose to work more, you will get paid handsomely for it. Where it's compared to EA, where you don't get paid anything extra, and they basically make you. So it's, but CD Projekt Red had investors. And those investors were counting on the game releasing in 2020. And they forced CD Projekt's Red hand. Okay, because if CD Projekt Red didn't launch in 2020, none of the team would have got their bonuses. Okay? So they waited years for these bonuses. They waited, they counted on these bonuses, and the investors put them in a position where they had to release in 2020 or not get their bonus. So I'm not trying to excuse them launching in a broken state. I'm simply saying CD Projekt Red didn't want to. They wanted to wait. But doing that would have meant fucking over everybody who worked at the company that wasn't a corporate executive. So even though they should not have launched in the state they did, at least they were trying to do the right thing. It's not like fucking EA. And honestly, the corporate executive should have never have done that. They basically held a fucking gun to CD Projekt Red's head. Oh, if you don't release in 2020, your staff's not going to get their bonus. And it wasn't like they're not going to get the bonus now. They would never get the bonus. Ever. They're like, well, you promised to release the game by 2020. So if you're not going to honor your promise, we're not going to honor giving you the bonus. So, like, yeah, pretty much. And so they put a fucking gun to their head and basically forced them to launch. Even the director of CD Projekt Red didn't want to do it. He was against it, but, you know, it's like, well, we can't not let our employees get their bonuses. They'll never forgive us. So, ultimately, they decided that, even though they didn't want to do that, that it was better to do that and take the hit than to fuck their employees over, so... And thankfully, they learned their lesson. They have reorganized CD Projekt Red to make sure that never happens ever again. So, it was a massive clusterfuck, but they learned from it. And, you know, reorganized the company and have the bonuses work so that doesn't happen again. So they can't have investors hold them at gunpoint. So, and, you know what they say. They say, you know, all's well that ends well. And at the end of the day, Cyberpunk may not have started off in a good state, but it's in a fucking awesome state now. So, that's ultimately what matters in the end. They redeemed themselves. They didn't give up. I would honestly say now that Cyberpunk is one of the best games ever made. Like, it went past being good into being great. Yeah. Yeah, not quite as many, but yeah. Witcher 3 definitely had a rough launch. Oh yeah, for sure. You're absolutely right. I mean, look at it like this. Look at it like this, dude. It took fucking forever to get the next-gen version of Witcher 3. They announced the next-gen version of Witcher 3 before PS5 and Series X had even launched. And yet, we didn't get, the next-gen version of Witcher 3 until December of 2022. So it took like 2.5 years to get the next-gen version. And people were like, God, why is it taking so fucking long? But it turned out that the next-gen version of Witcher 3 was fucking amazing. It's one of the best fucking remasters ever. Like, ever. And they gave it away to, like, I mean, the next gen version of Witcher 3 is beyond impressive. And more than just graphically. I mean, of course, graphically it looks amazing. But also, you know, they made all kinds of huge gameplay improvements. And then they even worked with modders to get the most popular mods that, you know, didn't break the game into the game. And not only did they work with the modders, they paid them. Okay? So they didn't just allow it to happen. They incorporated the mods into the game and paid the creators. It's the first time that has ever fucking happened, ever. Which, once again, proves why CD Projekt Red is the fucking GOAT. In a day and age, when most game companies are trying to shit all over the fan base, CD Projekt Red actually was fucking hiring modders. So, you know, the 3D the PS5 version of Witcher 3 looks way fucking better, runs way better, and has all these massive gameplay tweaks. It's amazing. So it wound up being worth it in the end. I'm basically trying to get a specific weapon. I'm actually a little bit under-leveled. But, the weapon I'm trying to get was just fucking amazing and will carry me through pretty much the whole game, so... well, you know what? I didn't die, that's a fucking win. But yeah, sorry for fucking rambling. I just, like I said, certain things upset me. Okay, so... Oh, shit. It sucks, man. I'm sorry. That is super shitty. No, I mean, yeah. You have every right to. I've had the same thing happen to me. I paid extra for like same day shipping, and then had them fucking made me wait 3 days to get it. I'm like, you motherfuckers. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there's another shortcut I can get over here. Let's see if I can do this. There's a one-time really powerful spawn over here. Creates a shortcut. Here we go. This boss is a bitch. Okay, man. There goes mine. Yay! Oh, fucking sweet. Okay, yeah. That's the guy I needed to kill, basically. He gives you this lightning katana. That is like one of the best weapons in the game. It's fucking amazing. Yeah, I agree. The PS5 version of GTA 5 is great. Fuck yeah. Here we go. This katana is so great, man. Oh my god. If only. I really, really, really wish they would. Fuck. That's right, I need to talk to that tree. But yeah, not only does katana do a fuck ton of damage, but when you buff it with its special ability, it does 50% more damage. And it's just like across the board to every element. I mean, this katana just fucking shreds. Oh, damn it. That was the boss I was facing earlier with the daggers that was fucking me up. Except now that she's gonna be on the other foot. I said this katana's fucking great, and I haven't even upgraded it yet. God, I hate those fucking things. Yeah. People are really impatient in a lot of ways, man. It sucks. Whee! People in the service industry are treated so poorly. They get treated like a bitch, and simultaneously like they're superhuman. Like they can just snap their fingers and make your problem go away. I always do the best that I can to be polite to the people that serve me. You'll never catch me being rude. Like fucking ever. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Thank you. No, thank you. There's no excuse for rudeness. Especially when it's somebody who's literally trying to help you. Whee! Yeah, exactly. The only time I'm a dick to somebody is if they're a dick to me. It's like, ma'am, I don't even have a fucking credit card. What are you on? Oh, that's not even fucking right. Oh, well. Yeah. Indian scammers and Nigerian princes. Yeah, basically scam people who are old enough not to know better, who aren't technically savvy. A normal person sees somebody in need, they see a mark. Ah, I forgot about that trap. Fucking traps, man. Ah, fuck. Fuck. Nah. See, I'm kicking ass. Oh, fuck. Way too close. Honestly, all kinds. Like, I know a lot of people say that, but I actually mean it. I listen to rap, hip-hop, rock, classical, pop. The only thing I'm not really a big fan of is screamo and new country. I like old country. I don't like new country. I mean, I have a really fucking eclectic taste in music. Yeah. Like, old country is fucking Johnny Cash, Conway Twitty, Garth Brooks. Like, really, Willie Nelson. Really good stuff. New country is, I went mudding with my friends, and I drank a six-pack. That's the country way. Not for me. And screamo, to me, is just noise. It's like, it's irritating. It's like a kid who won't shut up. But other than that, you know, like I said, I like rock, pop, hip hop, country, techno, dubstep, electronica, house music, old music, new music, classical music. Fuck. Oh, well, I'm right there. I don't give a shit. Some of my all-time favorite bands. I'm trying to think of bands that I fucking love, because I you know, I like all kinds of music, but some bands I really care for more others. Depeche Mode. I'm a huge fucking diehard fan of Depeche Mode. I listen to most of their shit, old and new. Breaking Benjamin, I really like. Prince, Queen, The Killers. Evanescence, Linkin Park. Kanye West is my favorite rapper. I know, you know, he gets hate for his personality, and I'm not saying he can't be dickish, but musically he's a fucking genius. And on top of that, you know, unlike a lot of rappers who sing about stupid bullshit, yeah, thug life, get bitches, get chains, Kanye West actually sings about shit that really matters. And the stuff that's meaningful, that actually comes from his soul. Plus, I really respect him. Because if you know about his life and his upbringing, Kanye West actually really did have to go through a lot of fucked up shit. He's not just pretending to be tough. Ah, fuck. Like, Kanye West really did come up from nothing. And worked his way into the music industry for years, starting as a producer, helping write beats. And his first album is called Through the Wire. Yeah, exactly. His first album is called Through the Wire because he was in a car accident and it broke his jaw and they had to wire it shut. And he actually sung the album and finished the album with his jaw wired fucking shut. I want you to think about that. Imagine rapping or singing with a broken, sewn jaw. And not only did he finish it, but most people think that his first album was fucking amazing. I mean, say what you want to, but, you know, finishing a rap album and singing with a fucking broken jaw is hardcore as shit. A lot of rappers talk big game, but they very seldomly can they back it up. Kanye West can fucking back it up. He's been through some shit. Plus, you know, a lot of the stuff that people give him crap for is because of his mental illness. He is severely bipolar. So a lot of his meltdowns that people think are him just being an asshole are him having a manic episode. My mother is bipolar. And people don't understand. When you have a really bad bipolar episode, you lose your fucking shit. It's like almost like having a mini mental breakdown. It's not like you have no control of your emotions. It's just like, have you ever been like so mad that you saw red? Like so angry that you couldn't see straight. Like you couldn't think, like the world was spinning. Imagine if you had no control over that. Like, well, no, not, yeah. If all of a sudden out of nowhere you just got that intense anger. Like 1 second you're fine, and then the next second you're so fucking pissed off you want to bash your head into a fucking wall. Or you're so sad you could jump off of a bridge. No warning. 1 second you're okay, next second you're really, really not. So a lot of Kanye West's like most notorious incidents weren't him being an asshole, or not him trying to be an asshole. They were him having a manic episode and losing control. And sadly, that shit happens. You know, so... And it just goes to show you how fucking demonized men are. And how men's mental health does not get the attention it deserves. For example, what's her name? Simone Biles? I think Biles? She was this Olympic chick, and she declined to participate in the Olympics because of her mental health. And there's nothing wrong with that, but everyone's like, oh my god, we're so sorry for you. We hope you get better soon. We're rooting for you. And I mean, it's fine. Like, obviously, going to the Olympics is it's super fucking demanding. So if she was having a really bad episode, probably not in the right headspace for it, and she just would have let down her team. Okay? But if a guy says, I don't want to do this today, I don't feel like it, I'm having a really bad time, I'm depressed, I'm having an issue, even if he has a mental illness, oh, suck it up, pussy. Like I said, she's like, man, I'm having a really bad depression episode, I can't do the Olympics. Oh, that's okay. Kanye West has a mental episode that he can't control in public. Unfortunately, because he's so famous, everything he does is recorded. He can't have a bad day, and, well, oh my god, he's a fucking douchebag. It's not, you know. And then other people tried to act like he was crazy. About things that he was totally right about. You know, he was, like, repeatedly trying to get Kim Kardashian to leave their daughter out of the spotlight. and saying that he doesn't trust her to manage their daughter, and everyone's like, people have said he's a douche. Unfortunately. I wish they didn't, but people have attacked him and said he's a douche. I'm just saying, like, what people say. But so, yeah, but like I'm saying, so he was repeatedly saying, you know, I don't trust her around my daughter. I don't trust her with her media attention. He had repeatedly tried to keep his daughter and his son out of the spotlight. She kept bringing him into the spotlight, and he was trying to say, she should not be doing this. She should not be doing this. And then everyone's like, no, you're just being paranoid. And then what did she do? Kim Kardashian got in serious trouble because she had posted a video of her daughter dressed all slutty, looking like Ice Spice on fucking TikTok. And, like, she kind of got, like, she could have had government problems because her kid's, like, 12 years old and was all fucking G-string and shorts and shit. So everybody's saying, oh, Kanye West is being paranoid. Kanye West is, he doesn't know what to do. Kim Kardashian's not going to do anything. And then as soon as he gets away from the daughter, she's immediately acting like a fucking thought and posting thirst traps on fucking TikTok. Under her mom's fucking influence. And she's 12. So he was 100% unequivocally fucking right. But everybody acted like he was crazy. And if you look throughout their whole relationship, he did everything he could to keep their children out of the spotlight while she whored them out for attention. Yeah, exactly. I mean, of course he is. Of course he's concerned for his daughter. She let her do that. You know, if Kim Kardashian and her family want to whore themselves out and make their public life a circus, yeah. Like, if the Kardashians want to whore themselves out and make their life a public circus, which they have, they're more than happy to do it. They're fucking adults. By the time Kim Kardashian even came on the scene, she was already an adult. She was like 20 when that sex tape leaked. But her daughter is a different fucking story. Whoring out a minor and making their personal life the tabloid when they literally or don't understand the ramifications is fucked up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. Perfect example. His daughter, Macaulay Culkin's dad, treated him so fucking badly. Okay, because he was taking all of his money. He was using him. He was using the shit out of him. But he also despised his son. Because he wanted to be an actor and he couldn't make it and his son did. So, like, Macaulay Culkin's dad literally hated his guts, but was literally fucking squeezing him for every inch he was worth. Macaulay Culkin didn't even want to fucking act. His dad basically made him. And then took a bunch of his money. And then Macaulay Culkin said, as soon as he cut his dad off from his money, you know, he made himself like the financial executor. He has never heard from his dad ever again. 15, 16, 17, maybe even 20 years or more he hasn't heard from his dad. just because he didn't want to give his dad the control over his funds. And his dad would, like, routinely blow his money. And now we're seeing the same thing happen, but on social media. Instead of making their kids famous in movies or whatever, and them living through their kids on movies, now they're making their kids famous through TikToks and whoring them out on there, on YouTube and shit. But the law, we have laws to protect, actors. You know what I mean? Like, we have laws now. So you can't just use your kids up for fame and all that. We haven't made laws like that for social media yet. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Dude, the fact that he... Yeah. The fact that he is not arrested is sickening. I mean, he should be in fucking jail. Thankfully, he lost custody of Cody, okay? But just the fact that he's not in jail, I mean, he should thank his lucky stars he's not in fucking prison. I mean, he's a fucking monster. Like, watching... Oh, my God. Watching, like, what they did to him, Cody, the youngest one, I mean, it's sickening. I mean, this is a little kid who had never done anything to anybody. And the shit they subjected him to. Oh, it's just a prank, bro. Oh, we're gonna tell you, you know, we're gonna fucking kick you out of the house. We're gonna tell you we're taking your system. Like, and they were literally trying to get a reaction out of him. Like, they enjoyed his suffering. If you were somebody's fucking dad, or their parent, or whatever, your child hurting should hurt you. A proper parent would never want any harm to befall their child. They would do anything to spare their kid from harm. Within their power, of course. Okay, so the fact that he was delighting in hurting his son shows what a fucking piece of shit he was. And, you know, it's amazing to me, once again, that channel lasted as long as it did, okay? Because he was doing that shit for years. It wasn't like he started doing it, and then he got called out, and then it stopped. Like, that, he was doing that shit for years before somebody finally noticed. And the videos were getting millions of views. At what point do you say, hey man, this is kind of fucked up? And then the whole Ruby Frank shit? Fucking had her kids locked in her basement, tied up, not fucking feeding them? Jesus Christ. Her kid had to fucking break through their own window, get out and run to a fucking neighbor to get help. They were fucking starved, malnourished, had fucking duct tape and shit on their wrists. Although, and you know, with Ruby Frank, it's more understandable that went on because she wisely kept the abuse off camera. You know what I mean? So the worst she did on camera was like taking away their beanbag or something like that, or not giving them lunch. I mean, shitty stuff, but not criminal. She didn't publicly post the shit like Daddy of Five did. That's why it took longer for them to catch her. Or the Duggar family. Josh Duggar, his whole family knew what a fucking sick fuck he was. And left him unattended around their daughters. He did unspeakable things to his fucking sisters, man. It's crazy. Well, if you ever want to be repulsed and disgusted, you can look him up. The Duggar family, 12 accounting, 15 kids accounting. he was the oldest son, and from a young age, he was touching and fondling his sisters. And they didn't get him help. They didn't do anything about it. They basically nurtured it, and they gave him a slap on the wrist. Like after he was found fondling his like 4-year-old sister, he was like 13 or 14, and that should have been a fucking warning sign. And they just gave him a stern talking to. Until eventually, basically, he molested his younger sisters. Ah, fuck. Oh well, I'm right there. I don't care. And then eventually, they caught him as an adult after he got away with it with a mountain of fucking CP. And he went to prison for like 30 years because he had like thousands of videos of CP on his computer. Like, it is honestly, it is, like, deplorable. Fucking evil. And here's something that's always fucked with me. I believe in God. I mean, I'm not gonna get into a whole diatribe about religion, okay? I believe in God. I personally believe in God. I'm just not into organized religion. I believe that a higher power exists. I may not be sure of the specifics, but I personally believe there's a higher power. And I'm not into organized religion, though. I always thought it was kind of fucked up how, like, where I live, and, in a lot of old, Christian places, they don't want women to wear pants, but they want women to wear short skirts. Well, like skirts. They want women to dress modestly, but then they fucking would rather them wear short, like a skirt than a pants. I don't. What is more modest, a skirt or pants that completely covers your legs? I mean, it's not like a big deal. That's just always something that's bothered me, where they're like, women should dress modestly. Well, can I just wear pants then? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want women, they think that pants are more modest than a skirt is more modest than pants? That literally doesn't show their legs at all? I mean, I'm just saying, if I was trying to have my kids be modest, yeah, it's dumb. I'm just saying it makes no sense. Pants cover up more. It's just frustrating. Ah, fuck. Oh, well, I'm right there. I don't give a shit. Yeah. I mean, I just prefer to keep it varied. You know, I have a wide amount of interests, so... Plus, you know, nobody wants to talk about the same shit all the time. So just talking about a wide amount of things helps keep the conversation fresh. That's great, man. Like I said, like, you don't have to keep watching if you don't want to. I'm not saying I don't want you to, I just don't want you to feel obligated. Obviously, I enjoy having you watch the streams. It's good company, good chat. Good chat makes stream better. I just don't like if people feel pressured. Okay, just making sure, ma'am. Like, obviously, like I said, I'm not trying to talk you out of it. I just... Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. That's the whole goal. That sucks. I don't really have a lot of people in my life that game in person either, so... Alright, hold on one second. Sorry about that. These bad. I take Zoloft once a day. Zoloft. Sorry. It's anti-anxiety medication. Fuck. Yeah. It's a... fuck. Oh well, I'm right there. It's a bunch of things that happen to me. It's hard to explain. But I basically have the worst case of anxiety. When I say that, what I mean is that, like, you know, they have scales of anxiety. And mine is, like, worst case scenario, like, extreme. Even right now, like, I'm almost always constantly anxious. There's almost never a time when I'm not anxious. No, it's not because of the game. It's literally, it's because of me. No. I mean, I could literally just be sitting here not doing anything and I'd be anxious. Like, that's the thing. I have an anxiety disorder. Like, my default state is anxious. I've just gotten really good at handling it. Yeah. Yeah, my cat helps me out a lot. Oh, that's right, I gotta talk to that fucker. But yeah, like I said, like, I'm almost never not anxious. I spend, like, my entire life in a state of panic. You just generally can't tell because I have gotten great at dealing with it. Like I said, once you, like, spend your whole life being anxious, you learn how to deal... sorry about that, hold on. Is that any better? Oh, okay. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. But yeah, like I said, I've spent my whole life dealing with anxiety, so I've had to learn how to function with it. Most of the time, people would look at me and they wouldn't even tell that I'm anxious. But my mind is always moving at 1,000 miles a minute. Fuck. Fuck, fucking traps, man. Ah, fucker. Fuck! Hate those guys. Yeah. Oh, you're lucky. I have way too much dust where I live. Great. Yeah. Yeah, everybody has their own solutions. Just live in a really dusty place. It's really hard to keep dust out. Whee! Shortcut. God, I hate that bitch. That's one of the boss fights that actually gave me the most trouble in this game. Well, it used to. Now we have the third tool, the light crystal. And a shortcut. Because everybody loves shortcuts. God, I hate those fucking things. Oh, fuck, I forgot. Yep, I forgot that was a fucking mimic. I remembered it as soon as I opened it. Fuck. And do I taste good, mimic? Fucker. Oh, finally, fuck. Ow. Oh, thank fuck. I hate those guys so much. They do so much fucking damage and their shit tracks you. Fucking poison. No, damn it. Fucking poison, man. I hate poison so much. But it's a staple of all these fucking games. Ah, damn it. Okay. Shivering buds are what gives you extra uses of your flask. So. With these platforms made out of light, though, you have very, very little time. Yeah, that is a wise plan. I already recently did a whole playthrough. Pretty much did everything, so I've got a 150 level character ready to go. Ah. Yeah, with the memories. I mean, I'm for it. I guess he's trying to make sure that people can't just steamroll the whole DLC at max level. And they also said that it's going to encourage people, yeah. They also said that it'll give you more freedom, because you can do many of the bosses in any order. So if you're having trouble with one boss, you can go and do a bunch of other bosses and improve your attack and then come back. So, you know, I'm all for it. Plus, I fucking love Sekiro, so... Fuck, I'm right there, I don't give a shit. Yeah. I do wonder how that's gonna play into things. I've heard some people suggest that the ghost of Mikola is going to be your like companion in the DLC and fulfill the role Melina does. That way, you know, if you beat the game or whatever, you have him to fill her role. But we'll have to see. Because 2 of the 3 endings for Elden Ring end with you not having the... Well, actually... Yeah, 2 of the 3 endings for Elden Ring end with you not having Melina. Well, I mean, he is blonde-haired in the trailer, and they did say that he could compel people to love him and get their undying loyalty. That is very Griffith-like. That's kind of how he succeeded. Like, he, I mean, commanded, like, how do I say it? Complete devotion from his men. They would, like, lay down their lives in a second if he asked. And, you know, that's the whole thing, is he's so beautiful. Sorry. You too. Oh, come on. Oh, well. I got my shit back. That's all that matters, really. I mean, are you talking about, like, the actual, like, fully upgraded edition? Because I actually love that boss. Sekiro! Hesitation is defeat! Honestly, I feel like it's really hard to explain it. It's not an illusion. They underwent this ritual and became like embodiments of an element. But like they then went fucking crazy. Like they weren't always like this. It's almost like they're summoning, the way I would describe it is it's almost like they're, kind of, but they also have a point. Like, this game story has a lot of shades of gray like the Souls games. I think the best way to put it would be, I think the best way to put it would be that they are trying to do the right thing, but going about it in a fucking terrible way. Because the elementals, they're trying to stop something, but they're doing it in a fucking deplorable way. It's kind of like, Big Boss. Like, Big Boss was never truly a villain, in the sense that he wanted to do bad. He honestly was trying to do good. It just, as the Big Boss went through more and more fucking bullshit, he became warped and started to lose his shit, and he started going about it in a more and more fucked up way. Because, I mean, like, if we're going to the heart of it, he was pretty much trying to avoid Cypher and the Patriot AI from taking over the fucking world and controlling everything. But, like, he got to the point where he's like, his method of saving the world was, I'll just fucking nuke it! Even though he had spent the majority of his life up to that point. Yeah, exactly. Even though Big Boss has spent the majority of his life up until that point trying to prevent nukes. And that's what makes him such a great character, because even when he does fucked up shit, you see where he's coming from. It's not just out of nowhere. He is trying to do the right thing. And he went through so much trauma. The whole shit with the boss, losing, having to kill her, having his best friends betray him, fucking Zero and Paramedic and fucking Sigint. Yeah, pretty much, exactly. He's trying to save the world. He's trying to help, but he's doing it in a really fucked up way. Honestly, I wonder if Watchmen wasn't part of the inspiration for Metal Gear. Because Hideo Kojima has made no qualm with the fact that he, took all that inspiration from the stuff he loved. And Watchmen was a hugely, hugely popular comic book in the 80s, right around when Metal Gear first started being a thing. Like, Watchmen was a big deal when it came out. It was a massive fucking success. But who knows? Only the Mad Dog himself can say. Ah, fuck. Oh well. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But still, you know, so like even in Big Boss's most warped thing, he was still trying to do the right thing. It just got all fucked up. And on top of that, he did try to do virtually everything he could know to stop Cypher from taking over. But, you know, there's only so much he could do. And, I mean, look at all the shit that fucking Ocelot had to go through to stop them. Yeah, exactly. Ocelot had to fucking do crazy shit for like 30 years to get it to stop. And even then, he still had to have all kinds of help from fucking Solid Snake and them. Well, you know what I mean. Like, they wound up helping his goals. Maybe not in the way he thought. That's very fair. But in all fairness, they had a lot of shit to cover in that game. That is part of the problem. Like, I you know, so I can kind of see why they had very, very long fucking cutscenes. They had a lot of shit to wrap up. A lot of loose ends. At the end of the day, I think the main problem wasn't necessarily that it had a lot of cutscenes. I think they were just needed to be broken up better. Because Metal Gear Solid 5, I know people like to say it doesn't have a story, but Metal Gear Solid 5 actually has more cutscenes than fucking Metal Gear Solid 4, but they're broken up into more digestible chunks over a longer game. Yeah, it is, but it's still not my cup of tea. I don't really love Raiden anyway on his best day, so the game focused on him. I was like, hack and slash, but I just think Revengeance was okay. I've never loved it like I do the rest of Metal Gear Solid. But I mean, I see why people like it, you know? A lot of people like Raiden. You're playing a super cyborg ninja, you know, the gameplay is fun, as pretty much all Platinum games have great gameplay. It's just, you know, not what I'm looking for in Metal Gear Solid. Yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping that when they do the Master Collection Volume 2, they will include Twin Snakes in that. Because I actually like the Twin Snakes. I don't really get the hate for it. I mean, yeah, it made some changes, it made certain things, but It was Hideo Kojima approved. And most of the complaints that people had are just kind of silly. Like people bitching that the cutscenes get crazy. Like fucking Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 didn't have crazy cutscenes? What? And it made a lot of gameplay improvements. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're trying to act like Metal Gear is normally so like reserved, and then this game is over the top. Metal Gear's always been fucking over the top. They just kicked it up a notch in the GameCube version because they could. And it was cool to have a lot of the stuff that was great about Metal Gear Solid 2 in Metal Gear Solid 1, like the first-person aiming, and the hanging from ledges, and, you know, stick-ups and shit like that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, the arch thrones. Yeah. Yeah, it does look pretty cool. And the whole thing is inspired by Demon Souls, which is always a plus. Too bad I can't play because I don't fucking have a PC, but if I did, I definitely would. There's been a lot of really cool fan mods. I've definitely wanted to get a PC for the longest time. One of these days I will. Once I get some money, some disposable income, I'll get a great PC. Yeah. There's been plenty of games that are only on PC that I wanted to play. I'm a huge Half-Life fan, so I've wanted to play Black Mesa for years. Well, I actually played the original mod version of Black Mesa at a friend's house back in 2012, but I didn't get to play the whole thing. And they've since made huge strides, especially with Zen. That would definitely, if I get a PC, that would be the first game I get. So I fucking love Half-Life. Especially Half-Life 2. I played the shit out of Half-Life 2. Yeah, I can see that. Some people have issues with it. Yeah. Yeah, it could be. It could also be the motion blur. Like, it really depends. It's different for everybody. I don't blame you. Like I said, certain things fuck with me as well. Like Guitar Hero. The way that the screen constantly goes in on Guitar Hero really messes with my vision. I can't play Guitar Hero for too long, or I get motion sick. Ah. Certain people can't do racing games either. It really just depends. We all deal with, you know, our own burdens. Oh no, it's not the game, man. I promise. It wouldn't matter if I was playing the game. That's the problem. It never goes away. God. God, what a clusterfuck. Finally, fuck. Man, I really needed that. Oh great, it's Cthulhu. Yeah. Got him. Oh boy. Back-to-back mages, baby. Yeah. That does look pretty cool. Fuck. We don't get a whole lot of games. We don't get a whole lot of games that are, you know, set in World War II, like superhero games, so. And it has a really good pedigree behind it. It's got Amy Hennig. She did the Uncharted games, the writer of the first 3 Uncharted games, and yeah. Fuck. Damn it! I was trying to get the fucking loot. Yeah. Ah, you bitch. Oh, well, I'm right there. Ah, that's fair. I got this. Come on. Well, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh well, shit happens. That's awesome. Here, give me 1 second. I'm gonna take a short break, get something to eat, and I'll be back. If you're still here, that's awesome. But I'm